David Keith, here's your unit, and here's the serial number. And this has all been set up. We have the accessory plugs that will go here for your demand pump or your pump out, depending on which one you want to connect up. There's two separate circuits that are actually divided by a 30 amp fuse or 20 amp. So we got two of those. We got your inline filter box. Everything's connected. I have a stainless pike nipple in the back here going up into the inlet, and the 288 T-bow clamps will be clamped right on there. So this is just for setup and demonstration purposes only. And as you can see, everything's all nicely put in there, and so the filter box is set up really nice, and you have a gate valve there, gate valve on the tank, and everything's set up. You have your battery hookup, non-polarity on your high limit shutdown, doesn't matter which wire, and the one with the spade connectors right here, the regular wire connectors are going on the block. Now black goes on the bottom, white goes on the top. Okay, that's your positive 12 volts, and the black is your ground. This is normally on for temperature relief, but if you're going up above certain pressures, like over 1,000, you want to shut it off because you exert too much stress on this DEMA solenoid, on its O-rings. Everything's connected, drain B to drain B, thermal A to thermal A there for these stainless braided hoses. You got your vacuum relief, everything's connected. Your interconnect hose, which is a 3.5 hard wall hose connected straight in. Here is a relief valve, needle valve, that actually should be cracked a little bit, enough to allow movement of your temperatures so that you get real-time readings, and this thermal capillary will react better. As you can see, it's downstream, so it'll react better and more efficiently. You've got your high limit 285 shutdown. This white wire is going to be connected to these group of wires right here. So that will be connected, and that's your shutdown. This is your shutdown wire to your magneto, and the green is your low oil sentry. The other one is going to this, and the other one is to your waste tag. So that will be set up, and you've got your oil fill, oil check, indicator panel. Everything here is your tachometer and hour meter combined. Just happen to have a bonus here, another hour meter. Acrylic flow meter, ignition switch pressure for your water system, vacuum, and temperature. This light goes on when you're doing a thermal dump. This is your indicator showing that you have power on to your panel. Here's your WD-40. During high revolutions, you suck that in, and that will actually induct into your blower to protect the lobes of your blower from rusting. There's your hand adjuster unloader that adjusts your pressure. You got a drain here that drains out. There's a ball valve right in the back, and that drains your water box in the event that you want to winterize it and get most of the water out, or you want to move it into another vehicle, whichever way. And you got your inlet from your water. This is pointing to your metering. When you go down, it points to your chemical prime, which actually goes to drain B on your waste tank. So when you're pointing up, it's pointing to the actual meter itself, where you can adjust the GPH, gallon per hour, of the flow rate by this needle valve. You got two high pressured hose connections here. One could be for 2 wands, or also for a pre-sprayer and a wand, or a rotary tool, whichever way you want to hook it up. Here's your thermostat. This is your measuring on this side, and this is where it measures for your temperature. The lower you go, the more likely that red light will turn on because the sensitivity is lower and the temperature is lower. But as the temperature increases, this thing will turn on, so you want to increase to say that's where we are right here at 50. Then you go to 100 or 150 or 200. I suggest right around 200 is a good thing, give or plus 200, 250, somewhere in that range. And that allows you to get higher temperatures. Everything's a ratio of heat conductivity versus flow rate. Make sure the engine has been on for at least a few minutes to reach its ambient operating temperature. This is a relief valve that usually doesn't have to be used that often. It's factory preset, but if you decided you wanted to get real high pressure, you would make sure that this was turned more clockwise. This would more than likely have to be shut off because you're going to have a bleeding effect, which will affect your top end of your pressure. So this would actually have to be turned off. But in the event that you're doing, upholstery cleaning and carpet cleaning, this should always be cracked open. So you get an instant response time on your sender, so your temperature is real-time temperature, plus your reactionary time of your thermostatic probe reacts appropriately. Notice it's downstreamed. This whole unit, not only the sender, you have the 1810 VDO gauge sender right here. That wire goes to the back of this on the sensor side all the way over to the right, sensing the temperature and creating the analog reading. So everything is here. You got your outlet to your blower, your outlet to your heat exchanger, you got your bottom heat exchanger, which pushes bypass water from the back into your water, right here into your water box. This is your thermal needle valve right here, so that's where that water goes back into your water box in a regenerative cycle. See, all your belts are all the same. They're all the same size, BX30s. Everything's here. You got thermal relief at the bottom, so as to not over temporize, not too much temperature, high temperature in your box. Protect your pump. Everything here is set up for carpet cleaning, or if you decide you want to do pressure washing. And here's your accessories. There's your last step injection, general pump, pulse pump, water box. You got a float valve inside of it. You got a clean out mesh here to filter out any bad sand or anything like that gets into your water box. And the next video will show the demonstration of the heat and operation of this unit. This was purely just as a preliminary on the setup, pre-operation of the machine.